That was about brainwashing. How do you brainwash? Well, you repeat it. You repeat the same thing over and over again. You know, if somebody's resisting the concept, if you keep fucking repeating it, after 6 times, they'll incorporate it in their brain. They may not agree with it, but repeat it another 1,000 times, they'll start saying it. I could start a campaign called Wethatata for like fucking $4 billion this week. And in like 24 hours through Twitter, everybody could be walking around going Wethatata, Wethatata. Okay, so here's the picture of the Earth from space. There it is. Since you were a kid, you've seen this image. But you've never seen it from that point of view. You've never seen that with your eyes from that scale of a model, that point of view, from outside of the planet's surface. But yet your brain has three-dimensionalized, oh yeah, that's the Earth. How? Through repetition. Next image. How do we get to this point of the image? This is fucking funny. I think this is funny. Next image. Well, here's the first image that sold the whole thing. As you can see, that's clearly the universe. I mean, that's clearly the universe. I swear to God. I mean, there's the sun. I mean, I could recognize that thing. It's a bullseye. It's like a planet. It's an egg. Whatever. But there you go. You got each rung, the whole thing. 1482. This is when they came up with this idea. We are on that thing. It's a ball. Hey, we should go to the North and the South Pole. We didn't do it yet. It's a fucking ball. Hey, nobody's even like jumped up high enough to see if it is a ball. You can't do that. We don't have planes yet. It's a ball. You know what? We adopted this whole model like 400 or 500 years before the airplane. 400 years before the airplane, pretty much. Like what, like beginning in the 1900s? They went to the North Pole in the 1900s. This is 1482. Nobody went to the top of the globe, to the bottom, or flew up, or built a skyscraper. That's it. It's been a decade since like Columbus hit America. That's it. You had Spinoza, Leibniz. Everybody was fighting to say what the fuck we were on, how much land there really was. Real estate, right? Real estate. The only commodity that appreciates besides art. Right? These are the only things that appreciate. Everything's depreciating except those two. It's funny how these two are going to meet and what I'm going to talk about. Next image. It's funny that we said that this is what we're in right now. This is what we're on before any instrument approved. Until pause. Can you do it? It's funny. Back in the 60s when they went to the moon, this is the first time we actually had like an instrument of flight to actually go high enough to actually fucking check out if what we agreed to 500 years ago was real. So if they were wrong after 500 years, the question is, would they tell you? University institutions, physics, the Royal Society in London that supports NASA, Newtonian physics, why objects move on a ball spinning 1,000 miles an hour while it's going 26,000 miles around the sun. It's basically the model we accepted right now. I don't feel it's spinning 1,000 miles an hour right now. Oh, that's because of gravity. Oh, yeah, gravity? What's that? That's the thing you can't feel. Oh yeah, can you prove that in an equation? Yeah, I can prove that in an equation. It took Newton like a book 3 times thicker than the Bible, and he still couldn't finish his equation on how to prove gravity. He would try to prove gravity when you read Newton's book of Principia through like Stephen Hawking, or if you even find the original book, he would prove by saying that everything started with the word if. If you fucking take Newton's book of like if the earth is a ball and objects are being thrown this way, blah blah blah, you know, that means that we're spinning at this amount of velocity and you can't feel it, and why the objects don't go flying off into the universe is because of gravity, because of a vacuum system of air pressure. I mean, he went to hyperbole, into ifs. I mean, if you were to highlight every time the word if came up in Newton's book of physics, You could fucking use it as a flashlight in a dark room, man. It's like you fucking get out of the cave with the amount of times if is highlighted in his fucking book on physics. It's like if is every... Here's like a perfect example of them landing on the moon. I mean, it's proof right there. This is an official NASA photo of the first Apollo 11 lunar module landing on the moon. I mean, it's right there. This is proof, man. It's the picture's right there. It's landing on the moon. But the only problem I have with this picture is that it's taken from the moon. I don't know what the big deal was with being the first guy on the moon. It seems the camera crew was already there. The fucking tripod. Camera A, B, C. You know, back in the 60s, I mean, I know people who believe they saw the landing on the moon because they heard it on the radio. Ethel, get in here, they're on the moon, I can hear the dust. My God, I can hear him walk. He's walking slow. There's zero gravity up there. Jesus, they're on there now. They're on there now. I could just see a guy in a sound studio just taking fucking, like a bag of salt going, landing on the wooden floor and just going, oh my God, they're there. They're on it right now. Ethel, get in here. Like, how would you know? There was no independent telescope to even, like, say they went to the moon. The only telescopes that I could actually film it were NASA telescopes. Yeah, according to the people who landed on the moon, they landed on the moon. Nobody else could fucking check it out. So there it is. That's a fucking photo. There it is landing for the first time, but how? How? But how am I supposed to go, yeah, that's the Earth, from there, that point of view I've never seen. And it's funny when you click on Google Images, photo of the Earth, keep going. Because this is realistic. But you'll see 40 pages on Google. But it's always the same fucking photo. It's the same photo. They just changed the contrast. Check it out, keep going. Oh yeah, boom, 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 40 pages. Look closely. It's always the same. Oh, what is that? I guess this is a photo of the Hubble telescope taking a picture of itself. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That's an authentic photo of the Hubble telescope out there doing its job. Isn't that amazing how they could take a photo of the thing taking photos? Out in outer space. Unbelievable. You know, they never crossed Antarctica, but let's go to the moon and take pictures of shit out in space. That's fucking unbelievable. You know, the instruments won't work in Antarctica. It's too fucking cold, but hey, let's go somewhere where we don't know the instruments will work. That's unbelievable. I can't, it just boggles my mind how they do this stuff. All right, next one. Solar powered, by the way. Solar powered. Look at that. Environmental. Environmental in outer space. Okay. That's my only fucking fan right there. Naomi. That's it. There you go. There you go. There's what you believe. That's it. That's it. That point of view you've never seen. It's fucking funny, huh? I think it's funny. You've never seen that, but everybody goes, yeah, il prend ça pour acquis. Ah oui, c'est ça. L'affaire que j'ai jamais vue. It's funny, eh? You should think about these things, right? I heard that, you know, if you want to like program a human mind, what you do is you just repeat images to a young child while the brain is forming.
Walt Disney.
Yeah, pretty much. And then, you know, the kid fucking grows up and you've wired the kid. It's fucking mind control. It's great. But it's an example. Hey, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. There could have been a camera rocket that got there on the moon, set up, pulled out like a lens, and then filmed it. And processed 35 millimeter black and white film in an atmosphere. We don't know if cameras will work. All right, so anyways, next photo. Hey, it's possible. Those guys are so ahead. They don't tell us, right? There you go again. Same fucking thing, same cloud patterns, always the same cloud patterns. Ooh, so many images of the Earth. No, it's the same one. It's Africa. Okay, I want to test you guys, because some of you guys are like, you're not convinced yet. That's the Earth, man. Don't fuck with that shit. So let's do a little test on perception. I'm going to show you a couple of images here, and then you tell me which one of the following images on the screen is an image of a painting painted by hand that looks real, or is an image taken by a camera of something that actually exists. So image or photo, painting or photo. Let's try this. So first image here. Applause. How many people think that this is a painting? Please, come on. Give yourselves credit. It's okay, you can jump in, take a decision. By applause, how many people think this is a photo? Good for you. I will say that that's real. That's good for you. You're horribly wrong. That is a painting. That's obviously a painting, right? I mean, look at this fucking Sunday painting. Bad. It's like Bob Ross did it. And he was on acid. It was like, he make a nice little mountain and then some trees and then some fluffy bushes. People think this is a painting by applause. Come on, you can do this. You can use your eyes. By applause, how many people think this is a photo? But of what? This is a painting. Those who said it's a painting, you're right. Of what? What would that be if that was a fucking photo? Okay, by applause, how many people think this is a painting? By applause, how many people think this is a photo? It's a painting. I did it. Okay, here, by applause. This is a bit technical here. How many people think that this is a painting? By applause. How many people, by applause, think this is a photo of toys that are painted? This is a painting of toys that are painted. Cesar Santander, European artist, high realist. How many people think this is a painting? By applause. Okay, by applause. How many people think this is a photo? Those who said it's a photo, you're close. All right. Okay, by applause. How many people think this is a painting? How many think this is a photo? This is a painting. I did it. I fucking did that. Money on steroids. No, that's a fucking, I swear to God. Next. I know what I'm talking about. Okay, this is an official, sorry to give you shit there, Dan, you're doing a great job. But this is an authentic, apparently, from NASA. This is an authentic NASA photo of the Arctic, the North Pole. By applause, how many people think that this is a painting? By applause, how many people think this is bullshit? Photo or painting? 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 How the fuck would you know? That's an official photo from NASA. By applause, how many people think that's a photo? By applause, how many people think this is bullshit? Oh, this is Pupa-Pipia. This is a distant planet of Venus. As you can see here, you can see all the crater textures on my shirt. Now, is it really them halfway to the moon? Or they just turned out the lights in the cabin and pressed the camera up against a round window?
Houston, if that's not the Earth, we're in trouble. That's the Earth, and we have a very good view of it today. There are a few more cloud bands on than yesterday when we beamed down to you, but it's a beautiful sight. We have some horizontal banding in our TV monitor. Are we transmitting that to you, or do you have a clear picture? Neil, we have a very clear picture. The only... Hello, Apollo 11, Houston, Gulf. says that the TV looks great. Over. Okay, Roger, we're nothing in on Earth. Roger, Neil, we just wanted a narrative such that we can, when we get the playback, we can sort of correlate what we're seeing. Thank you very much. Well, we shut out the sun coming in some of the other windows into the spacecraft, so it's looking through the number one window, and there isn't any reflected light. We only have one window that has a view of the Earth, and it's filled up with the TV camera. South America becomes invisible just off beyond the terminator or inside the shadow. We can see the oceans with a definite blue cast, see white bands of major cloud formations across the Earth. Roger, the AGC is working real well. The F-22 looks good, over. Hello, Apollo 11, Houston, did you copy, over? Roger, we copied, Charlie. Roger, your transmissions the last couple of times have been about 2 by, over. Okay, how do you read me now? Roger, 5 by now. Now we're coming in. Can't quite make out who that had.
And finally, the element that seals their fate. Of all the footage of Apollo 11 requested from NASA over a 5-year period, one gem was discovered just before the completion of this documentary. An old reel received by mistake. It contains the raw or unedited footage of the crew of Apollo 11, Michael Collins, Edwin Aldrin Jr. and Neil Armstrong, staging part of their mission for nearly an hour in living color, with exceptionally clear behind-the-scenes audio of conversations discussing the techniques used to achieve a disingenuous picture depicting the Earth at a distance. This is a segment that they believed wasn't even being recorded, much less suitable for broadcast, for the lens was being zoomed out and the scene was being changed to that of an interior of the astronauts at work, and apparently the stop button popped back up on the recorder without notice. Here is the diffused work light that they used to see camera controls, but not throw light onto the spacecraft's wall. Here they remove part of the crescent insert. Finally, the iris is opened up and you can see the real location of the camera and the very bright and near Earth out the window.
Mankind. So you want to find the farthest point from that center. And it turns out sea level at the equator is farther away from the center of the Earth than sea level near the poles. It has nothing to do with global warming and melting of the ice caps.
Why is that?
Because Earth, we know it spins once a day. Yes, thank you. 3 people know how long a day lasts here.
Good for row number 2. They're off to a great start.
So you spin, when you spin pizza dough, it kind of flattens out.
Yeah.
Gets wider in the middle. And so Earth, throughout its life, even when it formed, it was spinning. And it got a little wider at the equator than it does at the poles. So it's not actually a sphere. It's oblate. And officially it's an oblate spheroid. That's what we call it. But not only that, it's slightly wider below the equator than above the equator.
A little chubbier.
A little chubbier.
Yeah.
Chubby's a good word. It's like pear-shaped.
Yeah.
So it turns out the pear-shapedness is bigger than the height of Mount Everest above sea level.
We used to call the word world, not globe. I saw that like in the past like 30 years how we went slowly. Maybe you're too young, but let me tell you. I saw them like slowly go from people all over the world, many world leaders, leaders from all over the world got together. This is a worldly phenomenon. This is the world. I saw them go from the word world slowly, inch by inch, just inserting it every once in a while, to now it's just always the word globe. Notice that? It's not worldwide distribution, it's global distribution. It's global leaders. Globe. It's globe. People all over the world, across the world, to people around the globe. World leaves it open. It's romantic. It's open. It's like the world. The world. I remember they used to call the world Earth. Remember when they called it Earth? People all over the earth. People of the earth. Leaders of the earth. It almost sounds ridiculous now. It's like just a word they throw out, at some hippy-dippy esoteric Greenpeace movement. Like it's for hippies now. Or like vegans. Earthy. Dirt. Earth was the base. Then we got into the poetry of world, and globe is a political word. It's a shape. It ends it. It's finite. It's done. It's a ball. You're on a ball. Is basically every time thing. It's a shape. World is not a shape. I don't say, go grab that thing. What thing? Well, the thing that's shaped like the world. The world shape. What do you mean? The thing like a globe. Oh, you mean like a ball? Yeah, like a ball. Like the people of the ball. People around the ball. Leaders around the ball. People all over the ball. We live on a ball. We wouldn't say that. We'd be like in a Mickey Mouse world. Like it's Dr. Seuss, like we're living on some dandelion or something. It would be like toyish. So we come up with globe. Say it. It's a fucking ball. People all over the ball. World? No. Ball-wide distribution. Leaders of the ball. Keep your eye on the ball. That's what they got you doing. It's a small ball after all. Yeah, well, it's a fucking ball. It can only get so big, It's a ball. It's a small globe after all. It's a small globe. Stay in your fence. Don't go past the picture we gave you from the moon landing. It's all been discovered. We found all the land, don't go anywhere. It's all mapped out, GPS. All right, how do you know that? Just follow GPS. Well, you didn't see Google Earth? No, I'm still waiting for Google Globe. Google Globe. Goggle Glob. Goggle Glob. The whole thing is Goggle Glob. Google Globe. Yeah, that sounds stupid. They knew that. At least they're smart enough to know when their stupid fucking word is necessary. I live on the earth, in the world. It doesn't stop at the fence you show me in the UN flag. Unless it's by force, which it is. Yeah. We live on a globe. Yeah, what does the world mean anymore? It's just funny. When it's something legal, it has to do with like economics or politics or every country together, it's globe. It's no longer world leaders unite or people of the world unite. No, that's poetry. And the word earth is hippy dippy. Then you got the anti-globalists, or the bullshit dissent, screaming, yapping, infiltrating protest movements with their megaphones, drowning people out because they talk fast, and they're like pseudo funny, They have an accent from wherever. And they're uppity. So are these anti-globalists. You'll see them with their alternative media, and they'll say everything was a lie. Like, they'll say 9/11 was a lie, it was an inside job. They'll say the Federal Reserve is owned by, British monarchs and viziers for oligarchs and royal families in Europe, and they'll tell you they're trying to take your guns, and Sandy Hooks was a hoax, and everything's a lie. Taxes, paying tax, it's a lie. Oh, but we went to the moon. It's so funny how you see these anti-globalists on YouTube or just in the news on TV, and they have a graphic of a globe spinning behind them. Like, well, obviously graphic because that's all you got.
And some of those people actually still believe the Earth is flat. So if a few of them want to believe that we didn't go to the moon, let them. It's not an issue that comes up in my presentation.
The Earth being flat, that's clearly ridiculous. Though I've actually been contacted by some flat earthers saying I'm covering up the fact that it's some Atlantean conspiracy.
NASA. As you can see, we got a nice red serpent tongue coming through there. NASA. And there's the UN flag. Also the symbol of the flat Earth. Oh, of course, if I say flat Earth, I gotta be an idiot, right? That's what they told you, right? It's a ball. There's no Antarctica in this.
Everything's a lie. Government's lying to you about everything. Oh, no, not the moon landing. Oh, no. Don't take that one from us, too. That's the easiest one for me to take. They didn't go to the moon to go to the moon. They went to the moon so they could get the picture of the Earth as a ball. Because they didn't have one yet. And it was starting to get a little tense in the higher chambers. You say 2,000 years it's a ball and you don't even have a picture to show for it. But how could you have a picture just to, they had those. They needed the event to actually get a real picture. And there's just so few of those pictures when you actually look at them. And most of them. George Lucas or like Stanley Kubrick could have done. Or I could do. Or you can see a guy in the street with a spray can and a circle cut out of cardboard making planets. Meets these anti-globalists who still cling on to the globe. If you're an anti-globalist, you got to be true to the form. You want to have a fight? Let's have a real fight. The flat Earth against the ball. That's the fight. That's the fight they don't want you to have. That's the fight they don't want you to entertain in your head. That's the fight they don't want you to entertain in your mind. Whether the images of the Earth as a ball are fake. All you got is weather maps that are cartoons. Remember when they programmed you with maps? Color in all the states, different colors. Color in between the lines. Stay within the fence. Where'd you put your favorite color? New York, California, America. You've been so brainwashed. I got bored with the world I was told exists. And I realized it was all based on pictures and bullshit scenes like a Red Bull jump where the guy lands in a place he shouldn't if he's free falling at that velocity. Or the fact that they put like military ops and military scientists up in planes and they practice parabolics where they're free floating in a plane. It looks like they're in a zero gravity atmosphere like in the space station. The fact that you'll see an astronaut in the space station, and then suddenly he'll lose his place, and he'll start like floating all over the place. You're in space. What happened? Did gravity shift? Was there a gravitational shift in the entire heliocentric universe? Big words. Got them too. I know them all. Helios. Like a Greek Roman god of fire. Sun. Yeah, your Roman Empire, it's all up there in the stars. Jupiter, Saturn, Mars. They still got you in a polytheism cult. It's an astrotheological cult. We got you believing in the gods of Rome. Up in the heavens, like they told you. Let's have a fucking fight.